Plenty of rain today on the Sun Coast, but it's tapering off as we get closer to the end of the week. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan has good news for the weekend.
The countdown to next school year is on, but questions surrounding school security still linger. I'm Jess Dowdrick. I'll have a live report just ahead.
And the new proposal aimed at stopping gun violence in Sarasota. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We begin with some breaking news now from Lido Beach in Sarasota.
A local state of emergency has been declared because of massive amounts of erosion. You're looking live at the beach right now outside of First Lido condos, where you can see the waves really crashing up against that seawall in the shoreline. City Manager Tom Barwin says the situation is, quote, getting worse by the hour as surf generated by Alberto continues to pound the beach. The state of emergency allows the city of Sarasota to ask for financial help. Property owners can also try to shore up their part of the beach with sand and sandbags. Now, the city is still trying to replace sand that was lost during Hurricane Irma and hopes to have that finished by this fall. Well, in other news tonight, this school year may have just wrapped up, but Manatee County is already scrambling to be ready for next year.
The district is moving forward with its decision to hire armed employees, or what it's calling guardians, to keep students safe instead of using school resource officers in some schools. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us now live from Able Elementary School in Manatee County. And Jess, I guess the big question here is, does the school board have the time to hire and train all of these guardians before the start of the new school year in August?
Scott, barely. School board members just made this decision to go forward with the Guardian program after the county commission voted that it wouldn't split SRO funding with them. So the Guardian program was Plan B. And with less than 3 months to go before the students head back to class, the district has its work cut out for it.
And the first day of schools seems like it's right around the corner when you're talking about all this planning.
Manatee County Schools doesn't intend to have law enforcement officers on most elementary school campuses next school year. Instead, there will be specially trained and armed school guardians.
The requirements are basically, firearms training, law enforcement training, not what a certified law enforcement officer would go through, but there is a pretty rigorous process, background screen, mental health. So, people can't just walk off the street and be walking around our campus with a gun.
The positions aren't approved yet, but the jobs are already posted, and the district is accepting applicants.
Personally, I'd like to tinker with the description a little bit, but only in one small way. The description currently says the applicant has to be 21 years or older. I'd like to increase that to 25, because, brain research shows that there's a difference in the male brain specifically between 21 and 25.
The school board is hoping to approve the 30 positions at the next school board meeting on June 12th.
Where we really have to make a decision on June 12th because we have to begin training these new officers.
Once guardians are hired, they have to go through 6 weeks of training with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. That means these guardians would have to start training by July 2nd in order to be ready for the first day of school on August 13th.
Our adjacent counties had a pretty good response rate of as many as 500 applicants for positions, I think, in Pasco County.
Manatee County is hoping for the same pool of qualified candidates. Now, according to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, they're not hiring any additional SROs while they wait for the district to make its decision. Right now, the plan is for deputies to train these guardians. If for some reason the district decides to go back to SROs, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office said they would do what they're doing right now and take off-duty officers and put them in the schools until they were able to hire full-time SROs. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Jess, thank you. Meanwhile, in Sarasota County, School Board Chair Bridget Ziegler is calling for a joint meeting between local law enforcement and the school district after what appears to be months of miscommunication. The school district is moving full steam ahead with its police force, while Sheriff Tom Knight continues to hire school resource deputies. Ziegler says all Sarasota County law enforcement will be invited to the table, including Sarasota, Venice, and Northport police departments. She says the meeting is tentatively planned for June 12th at 8:30 a.m.
Manatee County School Superintendent Diana Green may soon be moving to another school district, but it's clear by her peer evaluations She will be sorely missed. We received a copy of the evaluation forms filled out by all but one of the school board members, and they all gave her high scores on her impact on the community, planning abilities, and overall leadership. Green has been chosen to lead the Duval County School District in Jacksonville. She's been superintendent in Manatee County for 3 years now, and as was noted in one of her evaluations, helped bump up the school district's grade from a C to a B.
Happening now, activists are at a special meeting in City Hall in Sarasota tonight to voice their concerns against the Sarasota Police Department. It all stems from 2 incidents in Newtown that happened earlier this year. Black Lives Minnesota, the Rodney Mitchell Foundation, and Answer Suncoast is pushing for justice for Chad Washington and Jeremy Trebles following their arrests back in March and April. The group says Chad Washington was tased by Sarasota police, but officers say he was on spice and punching and biting them. Police also say they approached Jeremy Trebles when he was driving in reverse, and the officer fired shots into the car.
We're going to demand that the charges against Chad Washington and Jeremy Trebles be dropped. We're going to demand that Officer Brandon Vermillion is fired and indicted. And we're going to demand accountability, a basic level of accountability for the Sarasota Police Department.
Now we're being told a complaint has already been filed. Sarasota police would not comment on this issue. We'll have more on this story coming up tonight at 11 o'clock.
City of Sarasota says it wants to make streets safer for local families this summer. Gun owners can give firearms they no longer want or need to Sarasota police instead of making it available on the resale market. It's a program called Done with the Gun. City Manager Tom Barwin says it's a collaboration between the city and Sarasota police where anyone can give up a gun they no longer need or want. The first rifle donated will be used by the Sarasota SWAT team, but most of the guns collected will be melted down. Barwin says this initiative is a step in the right direction.
We've got just too many weapons available out there. It's the wild, wild west. It's sort of a free-for-all. Just this year alone, the Sarasota Police Department have recovered 75 firearms.
To learn how you can take part in the Sarasota's Done with the Gun program, you can go to our website at mysuncoast.com, click on the story link for specific information.
Well, take a look at this. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies arresting this man after he allegedly stole a truck and then tried to hide in a chimney. According to Manatee County Sheriff's deputies, Cecil Johnston and Taryn Shawnee stole a U-Haul truck near Fort Myers, and when deputies in Manatee County recognized it, the man refused arrest. While they were driving away, they crashed into a patrol car. Shawnee was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, and Johnston was later found hiding inside that chimney that you see on your screen. They are both being charged with numerous crimes.
Can't run from the canine. They'll
Certainly
find you.
not.
Yeah.
They will find you.
Well, we've had a lot of rain, and that has caused Sarasota County athletic fields to close tonight because they're just too wet for anything to happen.
Certainly. Well, county officials will reevaluate conditions tomorrow before deciding whether to reopen them or not. With what our chances of rain are looking like for Thursday, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of tee times and tennis matches were also canceled as a result of this. This is a tower cam showing what was happening at 11 o'clock today, looking out over Sarasota Bay, and the rain was coming heavy at times, and that rain really didn't let up for a while. We had over 2 inches reported in some areas, 3 inches in the inland counties, and it looks as though that rainfall is now starting to lessen somewhat. We will look for a little bit better forecast for us as we push on into, again, the day on Thursday. If we could get the tower cam, we'll show you what's happening now with the latest as far as that goes. The GOES satellite imagery showing nice weather too. There it is, the sunshine starting to pop out a little bit, and just some blue skies in there, some dry air starting to slip into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So that's what it looks like now. That's what it looked like earlier. Here is the satellite imagery showing what's been going on today. We had a little piece of energy explode this morning right there along west central Florida. That has now shifted off to the north and east, and now you're starting to see some clearer skies out there in the Gulf of Mexico. A few showers are still out there. The heavy rainfall over Wauchula, they'll be around for another half hour or so as it heads off to the north and east. So we can count on a few light rain showers through this evening. That rain chance at 40%, and the rain chance is going down for Thursday. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back here.
Bob, thank you. A new study reveals Hurricane Maria likely killed thousands more Puerto Ricans than the official estimate. Harvard researchers surveyed households on the battered island in Maria's wake. The official death toll, 112. They say they found evidence of more than 4,600 deaths during the storm and in the weeks that followed. The hurricane roared through the island on September 20th, destroying buildings and knocking out power. Many of the victims died from delayed medical care.
Well, Friday is the official first day of hurricane season and also the first day of the no sales tax holiday. Governor Rick Scott announcing yesterday an extension to the tax-free holiday from a weekend to 7 days. From June 1st through the 7th, hurricane supplies won't have a sales tax.
Everybody needs to get a plan. The way you have to think about it is, whether it's highway patrol, whether your local sheriffs or your local police, they're all our firefighters, everybody. They're going to try to show up to take care of you. But during the storm and a few days after the storm, you've got to take care of yourself.
And then also Friday, ABC 7's First Alert Weather Team will explain everything you need to know ahead of hurricane season, including evacuation routes, flood zones, what shelters are pet friendly, and new transportation options, plus what you need to do to secure your home and boat. So experts will be in the studio to answer those questions live on the air. Again, it's 7 o'clock on Friday night right here on ABC 7. Learn how you can survive a hurricane.
Some great information.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, an update on the construction of the Laurel Road overpass along the Legacy Trail.
Plus, sea turtle trends across the state, why this year probably won't beat last year's record-breaking nesting season.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC 7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you. A big Legacy Trail project is underway in Venice.
The trail overpass along Laurel Road is rising from the ground. The project was approved last year, and now construction crews have begun building both sides of that overpass. It's meant to enhance the safety of both bicycle riders and drivers, especially as Laurel Road grows in popularity with the expansion of nearby Nokomis. Beyond the safety aspect, users of the Legacy Trail look forward to a rare hill climb as they go over that bridge.
Going to give cyclists an opportunity for some exercise and do some hills because you can't get that anywhere else in Florida.
The overpass is expected to be complete in the fall of this year. And the city of Northport is in the spotlight tonight. That's after the Florida Economic Development Council honored the city with its 2018 Deal of the Year award. It refers to the city's efforts to bring the Atlanta Braves spring training operation to Northport. That complex is currently under construction. The move will bring an estimated 139 jobs, $125 million capital investment, and a $1.7 billion economic impact. The facility will open in time for the last spring training game of 2019 for the Braves, and then it'll be open for all of spring training the next year, 2020.
All right. Well, big storms today brought some heavy rain. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will let us know if we can expect more throughout the rest of the week. We'll be right back.
Hello, Mom. Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs Right at Home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call Right at Home. Get the right care right at home.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at NationalGuard.com.
Alberto not going away, is it?
No, it's pretty surprising, and
Yeah.
a lot of the meteorologists are commenting on it because it looks so much like a hurricane now, as opposed to what it looked like when it went by us. And now that it's gone by us, we've seen more rain today than we saw with Alberto.
Yeah.
It's kind of an unusual storm, but get a look at it. This is visible satellite imagery from our new GOES satellite, which gets a little bit more detail and a little quicker too. These are 5-minute intervals, and you can see this swirl right there by night in southwestern portions of Indiana. Get a look at that. It looks pretty similar to what a hurricane would look like over the Gulf of Mexico. Upper level conditions are favorable for it, and that's why it developed that nice looking swirl that you would normally see. They're not getting hurricane force winds, but they are getting a lot of rainfall in Indiana. Now it's starting to lose some of that interesting appearance that it did have. Now the next name on the list, here we go for the 2018 hurricane season, is Beryl. Beryl is the next one up, and then followed by Chris, our camera operator, who's happy about that. Debbie, Ernesto, Florence, Gordon, Helene, and Isaac. Hopefully we won't get past that. But again, the GFS model, which was the only model to really suggest a tropical system coming up 10 days prior to Alberto, the GFS was the only one that did it, is now showing another one in 14 days, but that's a long way off. We'll wait and see. If it's still there around 10 days from now, we'll start talking about it. Heavy rain falling earlier today. Now skies are starting to clear, and again, things are looking much better out there in the Gulf of Mexico. A little drier air has slipped in. Boy, that piece of energy that moved through really produced some pretty heavy rainfall at times, causing some ponding of the water and some of the roadways, making driving difficult. But you can see all that heavy weather now well east and north of us, now moving through Wauchula, though. Some light rain showers still popping up here and there in the Gulf of Mexico, moving on, but those showers are weakening. So a very slight chance for a few evening showers, and not nearly as much rain tomorrow as we saw today. There'll still be a few storms around. There could even be a few coastal showers to start things off on Thursday. The rain chance, though, has dropped to 40%. What we have is high pressure nosing in. That's one thing that's going to help us out a little bit. This trough of low pressure will shift out of here as well. That trough was left behind from Alberto, and you can still see, though, some pretty deep convection right there just off the western tip of Cuba, moving off to the north. So the instability is there, not nearly as much, and on top of that, that dry air is really starting to entrain into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, so that's going to shut us down a little bit too on the available moisture that's been around, as that is now shifting off to the east. Rainfall forecast from the models not showing a lot of rainfall around either tomorrow, just about 1/10 of an inch or so. Currently at 79 degrees, we have a few clouds around, and the humidity high 82%, the pressure 2997. And as far as the high goes today, it was cool, 80 degrees because of the clouds. Normally it gets up into the upper 80s. We had a lot of rainfall at the airport, over an inch reported there. South Sarasota County is going to go down as one of the wettest months of May ever recorded, with rainfall totals 10 to 12 inches in places like Venice and also into Northport, as well as into Port Charlotte and into Punta Gorda. Well, temperatures, tomorrow's highs hotter in Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland possibly, and even Kansas City tomorrow than it will be right here in Sarasota. We're expecting highs into the mid-80s. Scattered storms possible for boaters, not much though, and it looks like south winds turn to the southwest at 10 knots. The 7-day forecast, 40% chances for scattered storms tomorrow. Most of the action inland will be in the afternoon. A few coastal showers are possible in late morning, early afternoon. Same story on Friday. Saturday, the rain chances really drop down. Should be a great weekend, albeit a bit on the warm side, mid-80s for highs. We'll have a southwest wind, so if we see anything pop up, most of that will be inland, pushing toward the east coast. This rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, the chance thereof, it's not our summer pattern. It's a cold front coming down. It's not going to really cool us off, but it'll give us a chance for a few showers. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. As sea turtle nesting season rounds out its first month, the number of them laying eggs on Florida beaches continues to rise. 2017 was a record nesting year for green sea turtles, while loggerhead numbers remained fairly steady. This year has also started off strong. However, due to subtropical storm Alberto earlier this week, some nests were probably washed away, which makes it unlikely any of those eggs will survive.
We need to really help as much as we can. Sea turtles had always faced many dangers out in their oceanic environment. We need to make sure we're not adding to those struggles.
Now, they warn that people should stay away from the eggs and make sure that all beaches stay dark and clear from obstructions during the summer. Coming up, honoring those who lost their lives serving our country, the Venice ceremony that could not be deterred by the rain.
Tonight, the clock is ticking. From New York to Singapore to North Korea, the scramble to save the summit. So what will it take to get them to the table? And what's really at stake? World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Well, the rain forced a change in plans for a Memorial Day ceremony in Venice.
Despite the weather, dozens turned out to honor those who gave their lives for our freedom. Hosted by Bay Indies community, the event featured a musical tribute, several guest speakers, and recognition of the veterans there in attendance. And as you can see, they did it inside.
And express our gratitude to those that gave so much that we may live in a free society, to live and breathe as we do today.
So glad to see that. I know a lot of Memorial Day services were canceled because of the rain over the weekend, so at least they were still able to honor.
There's a big fishing tournament coming up for Wounded Warriors this Saturday, and there's going to be an event afterward, too, at the weigh-in, and we'll talk more about that in Gone Fishing on Thursday night, where people can come out and talk to the soldiers.
And good weather for it.
That's right.
Yeah. World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.
So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.